This is BBC Surrey.
Oh, if only. Now, what are we, 8 minutes to 8, and hackers have released a second wave of leaked data, said to be from the adultery website Ashley Madison. Now, the site caters for people looking for extramarital liaisons. Its slogan is, life is short, have an affair. The latest leak follows a similar data dump earlier in the week when 36 million email addresses and other personal information were made public. Now, one Australian radio station, Nova FM, took it upon itself to tell a woman about her husband's infidelity live on air.
You've got his details
We've got his details here, and we've put them into the... I feel like we're on Jerry Springer, man. I feel like we... Because this is weird, because we're putting him into this website right now. And his details have revealed that he's actually on the website, Joe.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, no,
These websites are disgusting, and that girl that called before, she should be ashamed of herself.
Yeah. Oh, Joe's gone.
Oh, I don't know if we should have done that. That hasn't left me with a good feeling.
Thank heavens for the BBC, eh? The hackers' motives are unclear. Now, in their statements, they denounce the fraud, deceit and stupidity of both Ashley Madison's parent company and the site's users. Well, the BBC's technology correspondent is Rory Kathleen-Jones.
One security researcher looked at a lot of this data and found that over 1,000 email addresses with the Saudi Arabian suffix on them. So, obviously, two things there. In Saudi Arabia, you don't want it known if you're gay and you're using this site for gay relationships. You certainly don't want it known that you're committing adultery, because adultery is also a capital crime. And other countries around the world, if people are identified as using this to initiate gay relationships, their very lives could be in danger.
Well, the Canadian company behind Ashley Madison says it's working with the FBI and Canadian law enforcement to find out how the files were stolen. Olivia Ellinger is a private detective based in Guildford. Good morning to you. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning.
First up then, I mean, this is a pretty shocking case, isn't it, that these details are now being leaked? I mean, arguably, of course, people shouldn't be doing what they're doing in the first place, but nonetheless, you expect the internet to be a safe place to be.
No, absolutely. I mean, there's two sides to every story, really, but essentially, at the end of the day, anything that's done with your computer can be traced back, and we get involved with a lot of computer forensic stuff. Obviously not from the data hacking side of things, but if there's private clients and they suspect something's amiss, or corporate clients for the same kind of reason within the company laptops or the company computers, and also the family computers at home. And if they suspect something's amiss, then often they want to look into it, and that's obviously where we can look back and see essentially everything that's been done with that computer. So in the same kind of situation, obviously, unfortunately, whatever information you put out there, it can be uncovered. Obviously not legally, and it shouldn't have come out, but obviously you're always going to run that risk.
It is interesting, though, that with what you're saying there, for example, that people might be careless, if they're kind of using the internet to have some kind of illicit relationship, and even if they think they've covered their tracks, what you're saying is you probably haven't.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Unfortunately, you can never be too careful. If you're going to, working in a private investigation company, we see a lot of unhappy situations, romantically. It could be extramarital affairs and things like that. And it just kind of makes you quite sad for the people involved, because obviously there's so many other ways to solve the solution, but they choose to take that route. And obviously they're choosing to take that route by going on the Ashley Madison website, and many others like it. Unfortunately, it's not the only one. There's many others out there. And it would be literally a case of, all that information just could come to light. For example, we've had clients before where they've joined a dating website, sent explicit images over the internet to the person that they've been talking to, gained trust, and then the other person has come back and used those images as financial blackmail, threatening the family and so forth.
Are you ever taken back? I mean, this is your job, and you will obviously investigate lots of people who think their partner's having an affair. Are you ever, though, taken back by the audacity of what some people will get up to behind their partner's back?
Yeah, and I think almost it makes you want to get the answers for the client more, because, especially they're belittling their partner, basically calling them crazy for accusing them of doing so, it makes you want to kind of help and get the solution for them more, get them the evidence that they need to move on with their life, whether that be fix their marriage or whether that be, go forward with a divorce.
And what typically happens? So you get to the moment where you've discovered, or you've proved the evidence effectively is there that the affair is happening, and presumably at some point becomes the moment where your client challenges their partner and says, this has been going on and I've got the proof. Do you generally keep in touch at that stage? Do you know what tends to happen?
Unfortunately not. When I first joined the company, I would always say, what happened next? What was the outcome? That's not part of our job, unfortunately. And I think actually keeping in that not part of our job lets us keep that emotional distance from the client, because essentially we're there to get the factual information, and that's all that we're there to do.
And is the internet an increasing part of then the kind of day job, in the sense of, I don't know why, I imagine you kind of like in cloak and dagger, kind of, wandering up the street of Guildford today, keeping an eye on what somebody's up to. Presumably there's an element still of that, but actually technology means your job would have changed from that you had 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, internet dating is a huge part of today's society. Many people meet their future partners on the internet. And likewise, obviously, with affairs, if people don't want to reach out to the people around them because obviously they're too anxious to do so, often they find themselves stumbling into things on the internet, which obviously can have serious backfall, really.
Okay. If people want to know more about what you do, you have a website?
Yes, it's www.answers.uk.com.
Okay, hopefully. If you're listening, Mrs. Carter, I've done nothing. You don't need to contact this woman today. Thank you very much indeed. Good to see you this morning. It's 2 minutes to 8.